Afrique, Afrique, et malheureusement Afrique sans fric. Oh, naso idée, naso idée, Yendenika. Mais oui, c'est comme ça. Eh oui.
Anyway, so we're just gonna go ahead and jump into some quick stats from Forbes. So I have here in front of me 35 best countries to raise a child. Well, from top to bottom, right? And I'm just gonna quickly just read out the first five. So number one is Iceland, number two Norway, number three Sweden, and four Finland, and five Luxembourg. And these, like the ratings have been set aside in five different criteria. So safety, happiness, cost of living, health, and then education, and then time. So like, maternity leave, paternity leave, all that type of stuff. But anyway, apart from that, there is no African country on this list, which is, sad. And then the United States is the second to the bottom on this list, which is
Sorry.
next to Mexico. Mexico is 35th and the United States 34th. So, I mean, what do you guys think about this? What do you guys think? So it seems like Europe is the best place to have a family these days.
Yeah,
those talking about the 35, right?
Those countries are up there next to those Swedish countries up there like that. Nothing ever happens there.
Yeah, so you guys should think of moving to Europe.
Yeah, but even before we go to what we think about those facts, I know we've been clear here is a world traveler. I was asking this auntie to send me a list of countries she's been to. Can you imagine? I kept scrolling on my iPad. I was scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. This guy has been everywhere. It's like Jamaica, Bahamas, Puerto Rico, Germany, UK, Ireland, France, Spain, Santorini, Singapore, Malaysia. The list goes on. So now that you're a world traveler and you've seen different countries, different cultures, different lifestyle, different environment, if you had to raise your 3 kids, right? For now, just disregard those stats we just saw. We'll come back to that, but just based on your traveling, right? If you had to raise your kids anywhere, you have a good life, everything, good job, life balance was perfect, where would you want to raise them?
I would go back to my hometown, Bundesrepublik Deutschland.
Yay. Put on my mic in.
Angela Merkel.
I would totally raise mine here too, so I understand. Care.
Why would you do it there? Can she answer why?
Family is very family oriented. Second, the maternity leave there is very good. Number 3, positive thing about them, education is free. And then if you grow there and educate yourself well, the sky is your limit, just like how you're in America. But then when they say it's public holiday, it's public holiday. You get to enjoy your free time.
No private nonsense, right?
You stay at home. No.
Wait. You mentioned maternity leave. Is that paternity leave?
Yep. Obviously.
Same amount of time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Iman Shaf, I'm coming home. I'm coming home.
I did not give up my German citizenship. I have.
I wouldn't.
So I always tell my husband, one day I look forward going back home. I don't retire in Cameroon. If Cameroon is still the mess that it is today, in the future, I'm heading back to Bundes.
Was Cameroon on this list that you guys were talking about?
If the USA is 30 feet, you have to back Cameroon. Seriously.
No, but actually there's this girl I follow on Instagram, and she actually wrote that in all like the industrialized countries, America has like one of the worst, I think it was like about like paid parent leave. America has like one of the worst. Like they don't pay you if you go on child leave.
America has the worst.
And I'm just like, what? And I think I asked her and she's like, no, like they don't pay you. Some companies will pay you, but like it's not like a law that companies have to pay you. And here it's just like a law. Like the company can even choose, like they have to pay you. They don't have a choice. Like,
I mean, it depends on where you work, though. That's the thing. Like, certain companies obviously have policies where they pay whether you get more paternity or maternity leave time and stuff.
Canada or Germany, for example.
Hey,
So
Canada.
how much time does Canada give you? How much time does
1
Canada
year.
give you?
In
They
Germany,
give you a full year, and after
full
that,
year?
you don't even have to go back, and it's paid.
Full pay or?
Oh yeah, paid.
Yeah.
Germany
That's
has 3 years per child. Like in Germany, you get 3 years parent leave per child, and you get paid 60% of your salary, and they cannot fire you. Like they have to give you your job if you come back after 3 years. Like they have to.
Okay, so that's similar to like, again, there are ways around it in America that people may not necessarily know about it. For example, with my company, they give you probably about a month or so, right? And then some people go on FMLA, which is the Family Medical Leave Act, which is law required. So they have to abide by it. Now, depending on how much time you work for that company, depends on how much time you get paid full. Now, if you work 20 years, you may get maybe a year paid full. And then after that, it drops to 60%, which continues until you come back. So you do have that opportunity available. A lot of people don't know about it, but it's still there.
That's still not fair, though. That's not the same thing as going on paternity and maternity leave. Because I have a child, I shouldn't have to ask for FMLA. Nobody in my family is sick. Nobody is dead. I'm not sick. My child is not sick. I feel like FMLA, I understand what FMLA is, but it's still a scam. I feel like paternity and maternity leave should be mandatory. A woman just had a baby. There's no reason why she should be going back to work 6 weeks after she had a baby. Absolutely not.
Yeah, the 6-week thing is kind of close. There's no way to argue that for real. It really is no way.
I was fortunate enough to have 4 months, and I guess my company is one of the maybe the only company that will give you 4 months, because I have other friends in the industry, they have maximum 90 days.
419 no be thief. FM.
And I'm thinking of the 3 years. I'm thinking of the 3 years I'm gonna have per child paid.
Just imagine, just have them back.
That's like 9. That's like 9 years. Like
Jackie,
I have 9 years to take care of my kids.
I know, right?
And get paid, staying at home. Like
I said, it's safe to say that Mabel is not leaving Germany anytime soon.
I know, right?
But
I think we're all going to Germany instead.
Yeah.
I'm staying here.
Yeah, but Jackie, let me pull you in real quick. Let me pull Jackie in this region. So Jackie, you lived in the USA for 14 years before moving to Canada, and you obviously grew up.
Unfortunately, yeah.
And obviously you grew up in Cameroon. So, having seen these 3 different countries, how the system is, where would you want to raise your kids other than Germany?
Definitely Canada. Actually, Canada. I wouldn't move to Germany. No. You know why I like Canada? There are certain things that you get, especially being in Montreal. So the first thing you get is you do get the 1 year's leave. They pay you for your child monthly. So they give you money for your child. Depending how many kids you get, the more money you get. Yeah.
Oh, snap.
They do that they do that in Germany too. They don't do that in the US?
They don't do that in the US. No. In Canada, you get money per child. I think it's until the child is 18. Yeah.
What?
You get money per child until the child is 18.
Yeah, we get here is 25.
Right.
Like 25. And the more kids you get, the more kids,
unbelievable.
I
the more kids you have, the more money you get.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And then you have like less tax. Like you have to pay way less tax. Like the more kids you have, the way less tax you have to pay too, which is like crazy.
In Canada, if you have 6 kids, you don't pay any tax. So it doesn't matter what you do, what you buy.
What?
You don't. So my sister has 6 kids.
Bro.
No wonder she's just pumping them out like that.
I think I'm moving to Canada and I'm getting 6 kids.
So if you have like 6 kids, you don't pay any tax. Healthcare is free.
Time out. Are we talking about sales tax or are we talking about like income tax?
Income tax.
Oh.
But when it comes to sales tax, at the end of the year, it's the same thing. Like at the end of the year, if you claim stuff on your sales tax, you get it back as well.
You can claim on sales tax.
No.
Hey. Hey.
Are you guys still
Canada
doing the US? I think you guys should.
The US,
let me question right there.
And then you get
Yeah.
the healthcare is free, so you can go pop out 20 babies and you don't have to pay anything. Healthcare is
Hey.
always free for everybody anytime. And one thing I like about Canada that I didn't like in the US, if you go to the ER, like I did have times when I was sick and I went to the ER, they do ask you to pay for money up front. What if I didn't have that money? Here they take care of you. You don't have to have a status. You don't have to, it's not like there's something that's holding you that, okay, you have to pay something. They take care of you. And then if you have to pay, that's afterwards. But healthcare, as long as you have something here, it's free. So definitely Canada. I am not moving from here anytime soon. I will not be raising my children anywhere else. They're going to grow up here, although it's cold. But yeah, Canada.
I have one more question for you, I beg. Is there any part in Canada that's warm? Just one part.
Yes, Vancouver actually is warm, and I don't think there's winter in Vancouver. They just have a lot of rain, but it's very expensive though. Like people
We'll
drive
go there, don't worry.
every day expensive. So
I beg. I'll pop
Like-
out 6 kids.
No, but I think like Canada is actually.
Now he's talking.
I know, right? He didn't want to have any. But I think like Canada is my plan B actually. Like, so I lived in Canada in Edmonton
She said
for like
plan
a
B,
year.
guys.
After like my what was it, advanced level, and I really liked it. Like Canada, I actually wanted to move there, but yeah, there's still hope. So
yeah,
I get to you,
that's
Jackie.
nice. Come
I
over,
get-
we'll welcome you.
I get you, Jackie. I get like if it's not Germany, I think it'll be Canada.
I don't I say Canada.
Shh. So there.
I like how this episode I just turned into America versus everybody.
I
I'm
know,
telling
right?
you, pa.
I beg. It's not America versus everybody. There's no competition. Germany and Canada have won. It's over.
It's over. It's over. Vinclair. This one is, I'm picking on you because you already have the 3 babies which is required to get free tax and free everything else in Canada. But
Yeah.
the question
I just have
Yeah.
2 more to go.
exactly you're halfway there. The question I have for you is, as a mom, right?
Right.
Would you be willing to send your kids to study in a different country while you are in a totally different country?
Yes. I actually sent like I was saying, when Jackie was talking about the child monthly income, I sent
Mhm.
my son to Germany. He stayed with my mom for a year and a half, and he was getting a 250 euro every month. So I
Mm.
wouldn't mind, because that was like I was going through relationship issues. I had 2 jobs. I was working at that time. I was a student full time, so I could not handle him myself. So I had to send him to my mom. So yeah, he went there. He was perfectly fine. He did very, very good. But at the end of the day, the reason I brought him back was because my grandmom raised me
Mhm.
up to the age of 12. Then I grew up then. From then, I grew up in Germany with my mom. So the differences with my mom was because I wasn't raised by her from the beginning. So that was the reason I had to bring my son back to me and create time to raise my son, because tomorrow I don't want to be pointing fingers at people. So yeah, I would send my son somewhere to go to school without me being there. Because
Anybody
at
else would
that
send
point
their
I
kids
knew that
away?
my mom would definitely raise my child the right way. Given that we have had our own differences, we have learned from them. She now knows my own perspective of life. Yep.
Well said, well said. Anybody else would send your kids to study in a different country? Aristide?
I would.
That's what's up.
Where would you send them?
Germany, duh. What kind of
I mean,
question
we
is
have
that?
we have all the benefits. So
Exactly. So why even ask the question?
There you go.
Anyway,
yeah, no, but like actually
Hold on,
studying
time
here
out.
is like studying here is like really good. Like even if I had to move somewhere else, I think I'll actually send my kids to study here because you don't pay school fees. Like for college, you get like a student aid that you have to pay back, but you don't have to even pay back up to 1/4 of it. And like that's a lot of money, like a lot of money that you get. Like just taking for example, like I started getting it when I started studying, and you get over, I don't know, 50, 60,000 euros, and the highest you have to pay is 10,000 euros. Like that's nothing. So why don't you send your kids where they don't pay school fees and they even get paid going to school?
Canada. All right, guys.
Send them here. Here, the school fees is like $100, so they're welcome.
Wow.
Canada. All right, guys. Let's hop into our, as always, African proverb segment. And the African proverb today, this one is probably the most obvious of all proverbs, if you guys just think about the topic that we've been on. And the proverb is, it takes a whole village to raise a child.
I thought you were gonna say you spare the rod, you spoil the child.
That one was good too. It actually caught me off guard.
Me
I was
too,
like,
I
I
was
was
waiting
thinking
for it.
about it. I was like, should I change or should I not change? But I only had it in, it's now. But
Repeat
like I
it again
said,
so the people in the back can hear.
the proverb today is that it takes a whole village to raise a child, and the subtle meaning is that the society is responsible for the moral characters it creates, and everyone in the community should be responsible for helping to train a child irrespective of who the parents are, offering corrections where they are needed. Which goes back to what Jackie said earlier about how she was raising her auntie's child, and she could tell the child, what to do, what she couldn't do, and the child turned out to be great. So, yes, it takes a community to raise a child.
I beg, that child she was raising is still a child. She has not turned out yet.
It is definitely still a child.
I was giving Jackie some props now. You could just ruin the whole thing. But
No,
anyway,
she has raised multiple children. She's raising triplets. What do you mean? She has no
And
props.
twins.
Have they grown?
Raising
Have
triplets,
they
twins,
grown?
and singles.
Hence me says she's raising
No, Belna, they
them.
have grew. Jackie will have to come back for inspection though.
Canada.
Are these children white or black? Let me ask first.
Sir, am I white or black? So will my sister be white or black? She's literally
No,
my
I'm
sister.
talking about the triplets now. I don't know. Yeah, in Canada. There are a lot of white people there.
Sir, am I white or black? Ma, ask you again. Then I don't ask you for in the first time. Be white or be black?
I'm colorblind. Tell me, please.
Okay, I'm purple. So the children are green. As a matter of fact, they're orange.
So which one is
Orange
it, green or
kids.
orange?
Growing.
That's what it's Trump Jr.
they're both.
She's raising a bunch of Trumps. That's what she's doing. Okay. I now see the kind of, future these children will have. It's okay.
All right, guys. All right. So we all grew up in Cameroon, right? I think, yes. We all grew
No.
up in Cameroon, and how we were raised and the environment that we were brought up in is completely different from the American system. We all know about the child protection services. When they come to your house, it's, I'm taking your child away, then I'll come and investigate you later. That's how it works. In Cameroon, if I guess maybe us, when we're growing up, if we did something bad, we go and find our kin and come and hand it to our parents to beat us. So how has that contrast been for you guys? Like just seeing the different kind of environment, how kids are being brought up now.
Let me share with you guys my experience that I believe this is a safe zone, right? I have too many life experiences, so let me share this with you guys. So, my oldest son, when I separated with their father, couple of years ago, my oldest son, he used to come back from school. I'll still be at work. He'll be running behind the ice cream truck. So it got to a point where the neighbors were very scared because even when they talked to him at that time, he would not listen. So they reported him to me because one day he almost got hit by the ice cream truck. So when I got back home, the neighbors told me what happened. He was sleeping at that time, so I did not want to wake him up. The next day in the morning, while I was cutting the onion to fry egg to make breakfast for him before he goes to school, I was pointing the knife at him. I was like, the next time you dare run behind an ice cream truck, I will use this knife to chop off your ears. Have I made myself clear? He said, yes, mommy. I said, do you want to die? He said, no, mommy. Do you want the government to take you away from me? He said, no, mommy. I said, I held his ears. I said, listen, this is the last time I'm telling you. If I dare see you behind an ice cream truck, I'll cut off your ear. Guess what? My son went to school that day. So after school, his friends wanted him to go somewhere. And he said, no, I cannot do that. We cannot go there. I need to tell my mom first. I need to talk about it with my mom to get permission. The friend was insisting. My son was like, no, my mom already told me today morning that she was going to chop off my ear if if she sees me running behind the ice cream truck. She had a big fat knife. Oh, Jesus Christ in Nazareth. Not even his teacher, another teacher, random teacher in the school was passing by and she overheard that conversation. They did send child protective services to my house and I was investigated for a whole good year. So I don't have a good experience with that. That was my experience I wanted to share with you guys.
Damn.
Wow, that's definitely a crazy contrast because in Africa, that's not happening.
I forgot the question.
But you said damn. So after she finished,
I said damn to her story. The story, no. Bro, I said damn to her story. No, I heard her story. Like, everything. I
the
just
story
forgot
should give
the
you some
question.
insight onto what the question was.
Child Protective Service. That's all I know.
The question is that contrasting between the American system versus the African system and how we were growing up. You know, the US have CPS. We don't have anything like that. I'm saying, how do you contrast that with what you've seen?
I don't like it. I think it's stupid. Well, let me not say it's stupid because that may sound mean. I think it's not well structured. Let's put it that way. That makes more sense. Because my sister had a friend who came from Cameroon with her kids, and her daughter went to school one day and she failed her test, so she sat there crying, and the teacher was like, well, why are you crying? And she's like, oh, I failed the test. If I go home, my mom is going to beat me. They said I'm not supposed to fail a test. And guess who came to her door? So I feel like it's not well structured because it kind of blocks parents from having the ability to raise their kids. Because if you say you're going to spank your kid, they send child protective services to your door. Like, who are you to tell me how to raise my child? So I feel like they need to put more boundaries on it. So, yeah. I prefer the way where I went and pick my kid and they beat me and I go and sit me down quietly. So,
Interesting.
Elementary school kind way.
Ooh, 4
See,
a.m.
that kind where if you pick the wrong cane, you have to go and pick the right cane and come back.
Exactly. They just say go cut that cypress. He sharp thing away corner. Say go clean and bring them.
Yeah, I think I don't have a lot of experience with CPS or people who have CPS issues or families who have been through similar situations. But I think what Jackie said, I think the structure. I think one thing that I've constantly seen, especially on social media, it's a lot of times that when this investigators come to your home, it's really they don't do the job they're supposed to do and it's not done well. So I think the structure it could definitely be more better. So if there were like some sort of like more resources or money that they could give to whoever is in charge of the whole program to make it a little bit better and I think that would be great. So a little bit more structure would be good. So I don't think it's it's necessarily bad because, for example, I saw a video a couple weeks ago from Cameroon because we're comparing here in Cameroon, and this child has been locked up in a room for like 6 7 months and is being beaten by the parents, and they said that the child has witchcraft.
Witchcraft.
So I think that would have been like a perfect situation where, the government will come into play and say, okay, I'm gonna remove this child from your custody and, put them somewhere. But that only works if there's proper structure, in place for those kids. A lot of times you hear, kids get, tossed around in the system and, they don't, and so I just think the structure definitely needs to be a little bit better.
So
Can
a
you
middle
imagine
point
Cameroon
between
having a CPS? Like, I just can't imagine. I feel like that's like a
Be the most
recipe for
unstructured.
disaster in
Be worse
itself.
than the government itself.
Cameroon
Very
has
Exactly.
one. It has one. It's called your relatives. They come and take your child away from you.
No one separating count.
Go to your
I
auntie's
don't think
house.
your relatives will come and take your child away from you. Some of them don't even have, like, they're not done taking care of theirs, and then they'll come and take care of yours.
I know.
You have to go and take care of that instead of them taking care of you.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, another thing too, I was gonna say, similar within the same realm. Why do people put leashes on their kids in America? White people? Because I feel like CPS should be called on all of them. You put leash
Physical?
on your kid,
Are you serious?
like that. You
Honestly,
never seen a
we
child with a
almost
leash
bought
on it?
that thing.
Oh well,
I almost
Jesus.
bought that thing.
Oh my goodness.
but
No,
wait,
because my
wait.
mom went to the
These are
mall with
human
the
kids.
twins. My mom went to the mall with the twins, and the next thing she knows, she couldn't find one of them. So we were on the verge of buying those things, but I don't like them. I feel like they make the kids look like animals. So
Yeah, man. Like seeing the leash around the child, like, and they're walking and holding the kid like you're walking a dog. Like, come on. Oh man.
I can imagine it can be stressful sometimes, man.
And so all that's left to do is whiskey. Like, come here. Yo, come on.
Rambo.
Oh man. Oh yeah, Rambo is a big name too. A big
Right.
dog name.
If yeah, Rambo or whiskey, no.
And a run. Instead you'll be hearing Brandon, Tyler.
Tyler.
Megan, come here.
Now I'm gonna say I want Adidas. I want to say no, I want Nike. Then yeah, stop. Like no, let's go here first. No, let's go there first. And then it's asking me stop. But anyway, let's end with a fun discussion real quick. I know we all like to travel. We have a world traveler in our midst, and I know we've all been to many countries, many states. We've seen different things, but I know that some of us don't have kids yet. But why is it important to travel with your kids? Why is that very important?
I for once I love traveling with them because we create a lot of memories as a family. Second, by they get to see different cultures. They get to see different environments. Like my youngest once asked me why is this baby on the street asking for food? You get what I mean? So when you come back home, you remind them of those things. You saw that baby on the street. You remember that child that was asking for food or did not have clothes on. So it's a way for them to learn and to appreciate life, to appreciate the little things that they have or the little things that I offer to them.
Yeah, I agree. I think to summarize it pretty much as best as I can, is by perspective. It gives them a different perspective from a different angle. So we've all sat there and looked at something, a puzzle of life, essentially from one angle. Going to a different country gives you a different view of that puzzle. So you're going to see how other people think in other places. You're going to see how you think from where you're from, and you're going to learn, a different way. You're going to come up with your own way of how to learn. So iron sharpens iron. So again, seeing other people do the same thing differently is only going to benefit you. So I think that perspective is definitely what's best for that child, by traveling. Oh, it's important.
Yep,
Yeah.
I definitely agree. It is easier to see things on TV that, oh, these people are struggling, these people don't have enough to eat. But once you actually stand there in the streets and you're seeing them, walking around begging for food, um, it gives you, I guess, it makes you appreciate what you have, because when you come back home to America, you have everything. You have excess this, excess that, and then it kind of makes you reflect. I mean, almost makes you want to be better, in whatever you're doing. If you find yourself being lazy, you're like, wow, these people that I just saw don't really have much. So why am I being lazy? So it kind of pushes you to be a better human being. And maybe, hopefully someday you might, go back to that country and maybe, help one or two people.
Bill, if you, I just have one quick question. You kind of like talked about it, and it just came into my mind. You talked about, what kids see on TV or social media, and if we have enough time, we can talk about this. I know you wanted this to be the last discussion, but how do you guys feel about raising kids and having them access to like social media and TVs and things like that? Since we're all talking about kids and raising families.
So I
I
think they
think
should. But go ahead, Bell. Let us know.
you think they should.
I think they should, but yeah, continue.
They should, but what they have access to should be limited.
Mm.
There's no such thing
Elaborate,
as
please.
there's no such thing as you don't want your child to watch TV, but you can limit this. That's why we have parental controls. You don't want your child to be watching things that they're not supposed to be watching. But I do
What
agree
about
that
social media?
I do. I mean, how can you really control that? I mean, you can't control it by not giving them a cell phone.
No, my son has a cell phone, but then he has parental control. So everything he does on there, it comes to my phone. Any app that he downloads, he asks for my permission.
So I have a
Loss.
cousin who has a 3-year-old daughter, and ever since she was born, right, they don't let her, watch like news or TV or anything. She just has natural books and things like that. I mean, it's not like they're depriving her of that. They just would like that she grew up before she was exposed to a lot of different things. I mean, what do you guys think about that?
What was the thing that Drake said one time? That he wasn't hiding his ex from the world. It was
So I mean, like I feel like, yeah, you're basically hiding a whole part of the world away from that child if you're doing that. So I think there's a lot of things that we learn from social media, good and bad, and you're depriving your child of those things, both good and bad. So when your child grows up to be, not to be behind the curve when it comes to, how the world is proceeding now going in the future, that would be on you because you kind of took that away from them. Because I know a lot of older people that wish they were active on social media early on or got familiar with it. Because then that's how pretty much everything's marketed now. That's how the world moves forward now. So I think it's very important to have the kids in that aspect because that's the trend in which we're leading.
I don't believe in social media for kids. I'm sorry. I
Is that
believe
why I
in
couldn't find your Instagram just now?
yes. And then for adults, I feel like adults as well need to learn how to take a break from social media. My reason being, social media is good, but it also brings a lot of negativity into your life.
That's true.
Because I feel like a lot of people use social media to compare their lives to other people. So I feel like kids should have access to TV. Yes, that's fine. I believe in TV because especially if you have a lot of kids, it's like the best thing ever. But when it comes to things like cell phones and letting them have access to phones, things of that sort, like I have another sister who has a son and he does have a cell phone because he uses it when he comes home from school, so he has to let her know that he's home. But I put parental control on that phone because I need to know what he's doing. I need to know what he's looking at. I need to know how he knew how to, because kids nowadays are too smart. I'm sorry, but kids nowadays, you want to look at that phone, the thing that he's looking at is something that his age I didn't even know existed. Right. So I feel like with phones, it's a bit more iffy because you need it for their security, but do you really need it is the question. So TV, yes. Social media, no. Because even I don't have social media, like Donna told you.
Let
I
me.
don't have Facebook, no
So,
Instagram.
question again to
Anybody?
counter that. Go ahead. I said,
Nah, go ahead, bro. I was gonna say something different.
okay. All right. So what I was saying is, right, you don't want, you're saying there's a lot of negativity with social media, but again, it's just a tool and it's how you use that tool.
Okay, but
So
it's a
just like
child. How are
TV,
you going to teach a child how to use a tool?
that's my point. You can restrict it. Just like with even YouTube or Facebook, there are restrictions. You can put child mode on there.
Yeah,
You can
YouTube
put,
Kids, Netflix Kids.
yeah, you can do that with social media regardless. If you can have their password. You can go from time to time and go in, log in and see exactly what they've been doing on there and know how to sanction them and things like that. Just like TV.
Like
You
hours
said
of
you can watch
when
TV,
you come back from school,
but
you have an hour or two, to use it or let me know that you're here or you're there, and that's it.
I don't believe, I'm sorry,
yeah.
but the restriction thing that Carlson is talking about, I don't believe it works. Because when you put a child who's 12 or 13, and yes, I don't believe a child who's 12 or 13 should have a phone, but when you put a child who's 12 or 13 and you're restricting them to Netflix Kids, that doesn't work. Like it doesn't
Well,
make sense. Like if the child is texting you that, okay, I'm home, things of that sort, it's different. But if you're trying to restrict what a 12-year-old does, they're smarter than
so
us.
Buy a
actually,
flip
yes,
phone.
you
Save the
can
day.
restrict it. Because there are a lot of apps and things like that that allow certain links not to be clicked on, things like that. So even if you're on social media and anything of inappropriate content that you deem inappropriate tries to come on, it will block that and it will filter that out. Now, kids are pretty good at figuring things out, things like that, but so are adults. Adults are not stupid. We have certain parameters in place to stop that. Now, you said there's a lot of negativity that comes with social media and stuff like that, influencing. That's the same thing you get in real life. You're just doing it from your phone. The same thing you get on TV. It's just on your phone with other people that you may or may not know. So again, it's all perspective again
But
on
must
how
you
you
buy a
use that.
smartphone?
Even if it's
I
a
mean, you
smartphone or
can
not a smartphone, you can still have social media on someone else's phone without you knowing.
exactly like I feel like you can't like nowadays you can't really like tell kids not to have it because they go to school, they see that their friends have it, they see that their friends have Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff. So eventually they're gonna also create an account and indeed, okay, they use their friend's phone. So if you don't give them a phone to use it, they're gonna find a different way to get on there. And I feel like it's better if you like guide them through it. Like you have to like teach them like a healthy method and how to use it. Like I don't know.
And low key, it
I'm
could be a
glad you
potential
said
career.
that. I'm glad you said that because going back to the question I asked about traveling with your kids, making them appreciate different things. You see, your kids would see other kids with cell phones, but they would look at it and say, I don't have this, but do I really need it? Just because my friends have it doesn't mean that I have to have it. And that goes all the way back to where we started from, nature versus nurture, right? Your kids can see other kids having cell phones, having iPads, but guess what? They're going to come home, pick up a book, read, and go to sleep. They'll be perfectly happy. Perfectly happy. It all starts at home.
Or they can be like, okay, mom and dad, my friend has that, I don't have it. And if you're, I'm not saying you should get your kids everything their friends have, but I'm just saying like social media is something if you restrict it and they see that their friends have it and they want it and you're like, no, you can't have it. Most likely they're going to eventually create an account somehow and they're going to be on there. You're just not going to know about it and you're not going to be able to control it, which is even worse because you wouldn't know what they're doing on it. So
Social media to kids nowadays is as nightclub back in the days or socials back in the days for us. When they say don't go, you sneak in the back door and you go. So it's just guidance because they get influenced through their friends at school. Your own child might not want to do it, they'll listen to what you're saying, but as soon as they get connected with those other kids out there,
Mm-hmm.
like during the lunch break, let me just help you create the account real quick. We'll do it.
Real
Just
quick,
come on, man, let's do it. And before you know it, somebody has already helped them create the account.
like that.
Like that.
it's like the same thing with I think I don't know which game it was, but I have a friend of mine and growing up, his parents didn't want to like, I don't know if it was FIFA or something, but his parents didn't want him to like play computer games, so they didn't even get him a computer or anything. And what did he do? So he used to go to his friend's place and he would play games there all day, but he wouldn't tell his parents he's going there to play games. Obviously, he would be like, yeah, I'm going to do homework or something, but he would play this game the whole day. So he just like did it, but he didn't tell his parents. So eventually, they're gonna do it. They're just not gonna tell you.
That goes back to creating the correct mentality
Exactly.
from the
And
beginning.
I think that, like, I understand, but I feel like that also depends on what the child sees in school. Like, I moved to the States at the age of 12, and I did go to school in the States, but it wasn't really something where I was really accepted with open arms. So if you see kids that are bullying you in school, or kids that are calling you names in school, and they have all these social medias, like, as a kid, I never, like, I don't know, maybe I'm just speaking out of my experience, but I wasn't one of those kids who was like, oh, I want a phone because everybody has one, or I want the, what was it, the sidekick? Because everybody had the sidekick back in the days.
Mm.
But, like, I feel like it really depends on what the child sees and what the child sees as home as well, like Donna said, because if it's not something that's going to enrich their life, kids are not going to want it. And social media doesn't enrich your life, I don't think, but
I think it does. A lot, actually. A
nah,
lot more than it doesn't.
no, it doesn't.
Just
It
like
ain't,
just
it
like the
ain't all that.
again,
It
just like
depends
the
how you
changes.
use it. It depends how you use it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And just like the changes we're seeing going on now with civil rights, it's all thanks to social media. There's always a positive to that.
Not
Blackout
always.
Tuesday.
It can always have a positive, but it also has majority negative than it does
I mean,
positive.
everything in life is plus and minus.
Balance.
You know, we always have to
That's
find
it.
that balance, like Carson said. Everything is plus and minus. So social media is not gonna go away. The internet is not gonna go away. How we use it, that's the difference.
Exactly. Well put.
Yeah.
But it looks
Right.
like we have like a part 2 topic with this social media thing for another day.
Oh,
I
yes.
think it's definitely something we might
You know
have
what?
to, you know.
We will bring we'll bring you guys back for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. You guys are gonna come back.
Oh, yeah.
Check is right. We'll come back.
But ladies and gentlemen, this was great. You know, top-notch conversation. I appreciate all you guys' input. Carson, Aristide, Vinclair, Jackie, Mabel. Thank you guys very much. And this has been another episode of Now You Know podcast, brought to you by Stuck in the Middle. Like I said earlier, you can check us out on Instagram at NYK Podcast, and also on Twitter at Now You Know One. Thanks again.
Can you tell the guests to give their social media as well too?
I was getting there now. I didn't
You
say
have to
bye bye
do it
yet.
quick.
I
hope
didn't
not.
say bye bye yet. This guy, don't rush me. Don't
Wait,
touch.
time out. Before we even do that, Anjim, can you give your social media first?
I ain't got one. Sorry, y'all. I'm not on Instagram. I ain't on Facebook. I am not on Snapchat because I have a dummy one. But my bad, y'all. I don't have social media.
She has
OnlyFans?
Insta.
OnlyFans?
I wish. Just me.
Wait, what OnlyFans?
Hey, Bernard,
Where
don't
people
waste your
make
money.
$1 million a day. That's what.
Where people do
was
something
that?
strange for a little piece of change. That's what happens there.
Anyway, we will save that one for next time.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, you can follow me on Instagram at BelNino27. And if you like photography, check out my page also, Snaps by Bell.
Our page. I beg our page.
Our page.
Mm-hmm. It's our page.
All right, guys. I'm gonna go around and you guys just let the audience know how to find you, contact you. I know some of you guys have YouTubes, Instagrams, Twitters, Facebook, etc. So, let's see. Let's go. Maybelline, how can the audience get to you?
Sorry, before she speaks, your name remind me of Maybelline New York. You know, like the brand. Sorry.
I know. Yeah, a lot of people say that. I know. Maybe I'm gonna
Really
pick my
sang
own
that
makeup
thing.
brand. No, you can contact me on Instagram, like Maybelline too, like with a double L and a double N at the end. So
Mm-hmm.
That
Mr.
All right.
Durag.
Yep. You can find me on Instagram at ARISTIDEM. I think that's what it is. Yep. On Instagram.
Okay.
Aristide M. Thank you.
All right.
Carson.
Chef Carl. For me, mine is what? Son of Carl, 24. Short and simple.
Son of Car 24. Vinclair, I know
Put
you
some
have like
respect on my name.
85 pages and accounts. Let us know which ones we can contact you.
I know, right?
Find me on the N Square Boutique for my online store, which I have. For my personal page, you can find me at Travel the World with Azza on Instagram. And for Facebook, you can find me under Love is Best. LUVISBEST. Love is Best.
Love is best. All right.
Oh,
Appreciate
I
all
get
of you
it.
guys. On behalf of the whole crew, take care and see you next time. Hey, coronavirus. Everybody's sanitized.
Thank you,
Coronavirus.
It was nice talking to you all.
Coronavirus.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we cool.
I go try my rice and stew. Now, good night.